Alright, you good? So, Shalom.
Shalom.
First and foremost, we're going to start by giving all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahushua, Ba'Shem, Makakwadash. I'm the brother Tazayor Gabar from Prophets in Babylon, Waco, Texas. Under the branch of the Prophets in Babylon, Tampa Bay, Florida camp. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and salutation all down to the hopeful elect. Scatter abroad, pushing out this truth throughout the four corners of the earth. Alright? And hey, what are these little bugs called making a noise?
Oh, the crickets.
They crickets. Not crickets, something else.
Grasshoppers.
I forgot. They come out like once every 3 years. I don't know. Time.
I always thought they was mosquitoes. But grasshoppers.
Oh,
I can't think of what it is though.
Yeah, instead of grasshopper. Alright. Pecan, you know, out here another week, preaching this gospel, you know, and prophesying the downfall of what? Babylon the Great, which is also America. America, which is also known as Babylon the Great. Alright. And it's a lot of bug out within the nation of Israel, you know, as far as these camps preaching out folly. You know, these other camps that's not under the sound doctrine. You know, there's a lot of confusion going on. Different philosophies going out, different new doctrines being made. You know, you got one camp saying we already in the New Testament. Alright, what was the other one?
One was talking about that they can't die.
Oh,
that might have been the same group you talking about. Yeah, they say they can't die.
Oh man.
Like, man.
And then the other one?
You got IUIC with the hell doctrine, and then you got one body talking about there was no slavery, that we weren't slaves.
No slave ships. How the hell we get here in America if there was no slave ships? Did we walk across the ocean? You know? You can look up in history. Don't they show you on routes? Us being packed up in what, 1612?
Yeah.
You know, us being packed like sardines in the slave ships. So they show you in the movie routes. Alright, so what is dude talking about? You know, that's how you know these camps are bought and sold out.
Yeah.
They under a 501c3 charter to spread out confusion and madness. Alright?
Yeah. Did you see Sakari has that symbol. I don't know if you saw that symbol that Sakari has. Elder Pastor Gabar brought that out the other day in his lesson.
What was it?
It's sort of like an eagle.
Oh Lord.
With something with an eagle with wings or something. But it don't match up with the doctrine at all.
No, these camps are bought and sold out.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they will prophesy. I mean, they'll teach the truth, but they only gonna teach so much of it.
Yeah.
Then they're gonna put lies up in it,
Mm-hmm.
and ultimately that's to spread confusion. And you know, and that's what Esau wants.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Esau wants that. He don't want the truth, the 100% truth going out, because that means his ass is gonna come out of power.
Mm-hmm.
You know. So a lot of these top camps took the bag. Like we was talking about months ago, Bishop McDaniel, he worth like 150 million.
Yeah, he's a millionaire, that's for sure. He's over $1 million.
that's damn near as much as Canelo Alvarez.
Mm-hmm.
You know? What is it? Ezekiel Elliott. Alright? You really think that man want to give up those riches? You know?
Made me think about that scripture. What was that God said Yahushua told him to sell all his things and come follow him?
God.
Does that scripture say was it it's hard for a rich man to enter into the kingdom?
I'm gonna get that.
Okay.
All right. You saw it. This is Matthew 19 and 24. And again, I say unto you, it is easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle. All right, what is a camel? Obviously it's that giant animal, you know, that be in the desert. So like, it's easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle, which is talking about how men use camels to ride, and you know they'll have luggage and whatever. And a camel can carry a lot of weight because it's a strong animal. And then they will have to pass through this little wall, and they got a hole in it. But in order to pass through, you gotta get off the camel and take off all your luggage, you know, and go through one at a time. But that camel, you know, it's so big, it's not gonna fit. So it's easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to enter into the kingdom of heaven. You know? So it's super unlikely for a rich man to enter into the kingdom of heaven because he did already receive all those goodies and pleasures in this world, and he ain't gonna want to give it up. And let me get that picture. Eye of a needle, all right? You know, it's easier for a camel to pass through this. Can you see it? Than for a rich man to enter into the kingdom of heaven. So you ain't gonna see niggas like Jay-Z and who? Usher.
Michael Jordan.
Yeah, bald-headed ass Michael Jordan. You know? It's easier for a camel to pass through that hole, which is the eye of a needle, than for a rich man to enter into a kingdom of heaven. You know? You even got two girls trying to pass through. So how much more a big ass, you know, a giant camel? All right. Showing an example. So, you know, if the Lord has it to where He put the Spirit on, you know, Bishop Nathaniel to repent, that can happen. But only the Lord knows. But as we can see, it's a lot of false doctrines going out, a lot of madness and confusion. All right. You can get that 1 Timothy you got.
Okay. First Timothy 3 and 13. 2 Timothy 3 and 13. Salaki.
Hold it. This is Matthew 24 and 11. And many false prophets shall rise and shall deceive many. So that's another sign that we're at the end. Many of these false camps, you know, coming out with all these different doctrines, you know. And this is in the red letter, all right? And many, so like it, Matthew 24:11. And many false prophets shall rise and shall deceive many. So many are being deceived. All right. You can bring that out.
Okay. 2 Timothy 3:13. While evil people and impostors will go on and from bad to worse, deceiving and being deceived. I should have went to the. Go back to the.
Is that it?
Yeah.
All right, read it back.
We go KJV right quick.
Got it.
Yeah. While evil people and impostors will go on from bad to worse, deceiving and being deceived. Oh, come on, man.
All right. You got fucking black limos. The spirit of death, you know, is around here.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Read that back again.
Let me get it again. But evil men and seducers shall wax worse and worse, deceiving and being deceived.
And there you go. Evil men and seducers shall wax worse and worse, deceiving and being deceived. You know, these damn one body niggas, or one body nation, they coming out with a whole doctrine saying how we didn't come over here on slave ships.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and many of their congregation is really deceived by that. They really believe it, but it's actual history. All you gotta do is open up a history book, and you'll see the Southern Kingdom tribes coming here on slave ships.
Mm-hmm.
You know, bond men and bond women.
Yeah.
And even the Northern Kingdom came here on ships. So what they saying do not links up with history. It's like they literally just pulled that out of the ass. All right.
Oh, I got a precept.
Okay.
1 Timothy 4:1. Now the Spirit speaketh expressly that in the latter times some shall depart from the faith, giving heed to seducing spirits and doctrines of devils.
All right. And that's guys that fall out of the truth. Then they get pride, start making up their own doctrine and teaching it. You know, like the dudes that say we are already in the new covenant. All right. You got IUIC teaching a hell doctrine. You know. So it's madness going on. You know. Bring that back.
Okay.
On the front.
1 Timothy 4:1. Now the Spirit speaketh expressly that in the latter times some shall depart from the faith.
Those guys have departed, you know. No, they departed from the faith. And that's Nathaniel, you know. He's coming up against the One West doctrine, you know, by him saying that there's a hell doctrine, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Let's just finish that.
Yeah. 1 Timothy 4:1. Now the Spirit speaketh expressly that in the latter times some shall depart from the faith, giving heed to seducing spirits and doctrines of devils.
Doctrine of devils. Esau created the hell doctrine.
Yeah.
Well, you go and burn forever and ever and ever. Like, no matter what.
Yeah.
You ain't getting, there's no mercy, you know? That's false. That's a false doctrine.
Yeah.
Scripture says how the Lord is full of mercy. You know, slow to anger. All right. That's not a doctrine. You know, that's not of the truth. That's of Christianity, which was a man-made religion. All right. Which that kept kind of remind you of Israelite Christianity, kind of. All the gimmicks and.
I mean, especially when you consider that they're going with the hell doctrine now. That you know, because when you think of the hell doctrine, automatically you think of Christianity.
Exactly.
I got another precept in 2 Peter 3:3. Knowing this first, that there shall come in the last days scoffers, walking after their own lusts.
And that's people who scoff the true man of the Lord that's out here. You know, in truth and sincerity, teaching this doctrine, pushing out the truth, in the spirit of power, Yahweh by Shem Yahushai. You really got scoffers out here that scoff the prophets of the Lord. You know, the ones that don't truly believe, 2/3 of Israel, and even other nations. You know, you have Esau come and whatever, throw stuff at us, honk the horn, boo us. Remember those devils in that car?
Yeah, yeah.
So that's a part of this thing, you know. It's all a part of this walk that we gotta endure, you know. Rebuking these other camps for their folly, and you know, even getting mocked at, getting laughed at, scoffed. You got scoffers on the YouTube channel, under the comments. So they're on all platforms. They're in person. So, you know, that's a part of this walk. The humility. You know? We look like fools to the average Israelite out here. If you see there's nobody out here. It's 103 degrees. You know? And we are out here through the spirit power Yahweh by Shem Yahushai, pushing out this word. You know? Like I said, remember when we was in the cold, 46 and dropping down.
Yeah.
You know, we look like fools again. Standing in the middle of the field in a freezing cold. Freezing cold.
Yeah, but you know, we're doing what is commanded of us at the end of the day, so we can't worry about what other people think.
For the reward it's gonna outweigh all this. And like damn, because it's 103, it's blazing hot. How much more? 200 million nuclear missiles.
Yeah. So we're sitting here talking about this weather, and it's just 103. How much? Yeah.
Ooh,
we
I don't
probably
know.
I don't either.
All right, this is 2 Samuel 3:1. Now there was long war between the house of Saul and the house of David, but David waxed stronger and stronger. All right, we're representing the house of David. Us brothers under the true doctrine, you know, which we believe through the spirit of power Yahweh by Shem Yahushua is dealing with PMS, Great Millstone, you know, and we teach, we learn up under our elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and we come out and teach the same like doctrine, which is the truth, you know. That's brothers in Prophets in Babylon. So you got the house of David that waxed stronger and stronger, and the house of Saul waxed weaker and weaker. And that's these other camps coming with these different doctrines. We're already in a new covenant. We can't die.
Yeah.
There's a hell doctrine, which is Christianity. One body nation saying how we didn't come over here on slave ships. You know, like Deuteronomy 28 and 68 wasn't talking about slave ships or whatever.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it's madness, man. I mean, basically, they just going against what the what's said in the Bible.
And against history.
Yeah.
You can look up in history us being shipped over here on slave ships. And you know what? Esau is trying to delete that history in the schools. They don't even teach it no more.
Yeah, they call it critical theory.
You know what they say? They say we came over here by we volunteered to come over here.
Well, like involuntary, he came over here. I got a precept, Ezekiel 14, 9 and 10. Involuntarily,
like
we came over here.
Beat in the back.
Yeah. Ride over here and, you know, be chained down and defecating on people. And
your woman getting raped in front of your own eyes.
Yeah.
Your children getting sold.
And you voluntarily came? Oh, no.
Crazy.
You know, it's just like a while back. It was like 2-3 years ago. I think it was Bill O'Reilly, the guy who used to be on Fox, was talking about that the slaves that built the White House, they were fed well and treated well. And I'm like, how were they treated well and fed well when they were taken out of their, you know, taken away from wherever they were from?
And you know what's crazy? A stupid ass. Well, this generation here actually believe that.
Yeah, I can see that.
Because each generation go by, just dumber and dumber.
Yeah.
You know?
They got dumbed down a lot. This is Ezekiel 4, 9, and 10. And if the prophet be deceived when he have spoken a thing, I, the Lord, have deceived that prophet, and I will stretch out my hand upon him and will destroy him from the midst of my people, Israel.
It's like it. Run that back. Because I was thinking.
Okay.
That shit blew my mind.
Okay. Ezekiel 14, 9, and 10. And if the prophet be deceived when he have spoken a thing, I, the Lord, have deceived that prophet, and I will stretch out my hand upon him and will destroy him from the midst of my people Israel.
So the Lord said, I have deceived that prophet. The Lord putting out these stumbling blocks under on these other, you know, camps to push that madness out. You know, the Lord is weeding out the undesirables. Basically. So the Lord said, I have deceived him.
And they shall bear the punishment of their iniquity. The punishment of the prophet shall be even as the punishment of him that seeketh unto him.
All right. That's pretty plain as speech. You know? So, ultimately, you know, these guys that's doing that, all this, you know, they got a lot of blood on their hands that they're going to have to answer for. You know? Every idle word. That's what give an account for.
Matthew 12 and 36.
Get it? You know? Got it?
Yeah. This is Matthew 12 and 36. But I say unto you that every idle word that men shall speak, they shall give an account. thereof in the day of judgment.
All right, there you go. Well, Zakari is saying Hebrews was not the word of Yahweh Shai.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
So it's a lot of madness that these guys and leaders are spewing out, and they're gonna have to give an answer for that in the latter times, you know. All right. So that's that's various of things that's happened throughout the week, like it, and you know, just getting into it. Now I just saw an article on how what was that? What was that I read? Oh, it's just, Jake on a little ass motorbike, anything. But you know, now a parent can be arrested for not wanting to pay their child if the child wanted to get a sex transition. You know, so this is more of the wickedness and folly that's being promoted in this society. Now you can't even parent your own children. You'll get arrested for even whooping your child, you know? The scriptures speak on that, how you can't do that. Alright? So, this is the folly, the vexation of America, you know? Also known as Babylon the Great in the Bible. I'll get that. Folly set in great dignity. This is Ecclesiastes 10:6. Folly is set in great dignity. So folly is being pushed out into the whole entire world. And wickedness. Alright? It tells you how wickedness has exceedingly polluted the whole earth. The vibrations of this devil, this man, Esau Edom, you know, he's pushing for your children to want a sex change. He's pushing for it to be okay for a man, you know, to lie down with another man, a woman lie down with another woman, men being feminine, women being masculine, and whores, sluts, by way of our people, you know?
Not realizing that destroys the family. You know, that those activities destroy the family, and that's what Esau was trying to do all along, destroy the family. You know, take the Jake man out of the household. He succeeded, and look what happened. You got grown men who are pretty much effeminate, overly sensitive. I mean, when you get to a point that you walk down the street and you're trying to speak to somebody, and the guy pulls a gun on you, I mean, you know, that just shows you right there he didn't have the proper upbringing, you know.
And you know what? Jake will do that, but then what? He'll have Esau hug him from the back and kiss him all on the neck, like that rapper Little Baby.
Yeah.
His ass trending all over.
See, Esau's not really scared of these young men out here, because you think about it. If they're being raised by their mothers, you know what I'm saying, they have no wisdom from a man, you know, they easy prey, you know. They're gonna get in their emotions and all that kind of stuff, and you know, That's you know, they would be more worried about a young man who's got come from a two-parent household, because he has a balance. There's a balance. There's no balance in these single-parent households. You know, this these women are raising these kids.
And that's what that woman, Margaret Sanger, said. The Negro population is like weeds, and they need to be pulled up. And she's the one who's funding Planned Parenthood.
Yeah.
You know? Which our people are so into now. Getting abortions, you know? But folly is set in great dignity. And you know what else happened recently? You got that dude, Adam 22. He got married, and what was it?
He gets off with another. He gets off seeing his wife having sex with another man.
And the dude was a damn Jake. So
I mean, that sounds like some homosexual shit to me. But
that is,
I mean, you know, some Moism, I'll say. Salakia.
Buzzword.
Yeah.
Channel gonna get strike now.
Uh-oh.
Man.
Well, yeah.
And this is why we need Yahweh Shai, you know? This is the living conditions that we are under.
Yeah. You know, you got to talk in code. Certain things you can say.
You can't even say the R word anymore.
Let alone curse.
No. Freedom of speech is now a hate crime.
Yeah. They even got it to the point to where to keep the community not to be offended, that they can't say vagina no more.
What?
You have to say bonus hole. So I mean, it's a lot of madness going on out here in the land of confusion, which is Babylon.
And the rich sit in low place. And the rich is going into these brothers, sisters in the street, you know? Yeah, they were a Lamborghini, right?
Oh, okay.
Ferrari, whatever. But like, the rich is going into us. Because we rich in the spirit, you know? And ultimately, we want salvation up out of this place.
Just think of so many of these people out here, whether it's your family or people that you've known over the years, they don't have this knowledge, you know. They don't know this knowledge, so we be so thankful, you know, to Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shah, for giving us this knowledge, or, you know, just opening up our minds to receive it.
You know? And another thing, we're not of this world. You know? Which is why we don't fit in with these people. The Lord chosen us up out of this world. Alright? This is John 15 and 19. If ye were of the world would love his own. But because ye are not of the world, but I have chosen you out of the world, therefore the world hated you. You know? And of course the world gonna hate the prophets of the Lord, because we're coming in the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. We're not coming in a effeminate spirit like the Christians. No. Shaking your hand every 2 seconds, like that Creole dude, you know? We're not coming in that spirit. You know? Lord said, I, the Lord Yahweh, I'm a man of war. You know? How much more do he require for his nation?
Yeah. For the men, you know?
Alright, you know? You know, which is why the things we do, we get looked at crazy for. You know, for instance, trying to keep the dietary law. It's like you did in the Leviticus. Just speak on that.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Jake finds any kind of excuse to eat pork, you know, and you know, pork is just not good for you. It's not like the Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai is just saying, hey, you can't eat this or whatever. It's he has it for a specific purpose, and the specific purpose in case of a pork is that it's a walking garbage disposal. That's basically what it is. It's a walking garbage disposal. It eats any and everything. So, you know, you turn around, you kill it, and you cut it up, and you make sausage out of it, but you don't think about all the diseases and whether it's, you know, it's got maggots or what have you inside, you know. Yeah, pus, you know, tapeworms, you know, maggots, you know what I'm saying? And so, you know, Jake still wants to eat it, man, and that's sheer madness. It just shows you that Jake is real sick in the head.
You know, and you could try to help. You might have a loved one that you know, their body is unhealthy, diabetes or whatever. You try to tell them how they need to clean their dietary law and how it will help a lot. They'll turn around and curse you out. You know? And that's Jake not wanting to be helped. That's Jake.
Yep.
You know, not wanting to repent, which is why 2/3 of the nation of Israel is going to be cut off. Something so simple, changing eating habits. You know, Jake can't even do that. Let alone the hard stuff, the harder, you know, like doing the work of the Lord. Jake can't stop committing adultery. Believe it or not, that Adam 22 guy caused that Israelite man to have committed adultery. You know, because that was his wife. And he slept with her to fulfill that God's whatever cuckold mind state. Get that Hebrews 12:17. No. You know, because this devil is profane. All right.
This is Hebrews 12:17. For ye know how that afterward, when he would have inherited the blessing, he was rejected.
All right, so that's talking about Esau. Esau, Edomite's forefather. You know, he went to receive the blessing, but was rejected because Jacob had already got the blessing. And it was meant for Jacob to get it from the beginning, which is why his mother had helped him.
For he found no place of repentance, though he sought it carefully with tears.
So he didn't find no place for repentance. So he started crying. You know, he sold his birthright. Then his blessing got taken. Then after that, what? He started crying. And get 18. You know? The next verse down. And by the way, that's the spirit. That's also the spirit of Esau. not only being deceiver, but playing victim,
Oh yeah.
crying.
Oh yeah.
You know, Edomite will provoke you in every which way. Then once you get on his ass, you're gonna stop crying, threatening you to sue, playing victim.
Yep. That's the spirit.
You got it?
Yeah. Let me get in here. Okay. For ye are, verse 18, for ye are not come unto the mount.
16.
Oh, 16. Oh, 16. I
No,
thought you said 18.
Hebrews 12 and 16.
16. Okay.
2 verses up.
16. Hebrews 12 and 16. Lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau, who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright. You always read this one out.
Yep. So there's no other profane or fornicator person as Esau. You know, this man, Adam 22, literally gets off by letting another man ejaculate in his woman. All right? So this man get off, he lets another man ejaculate in his woman, you know? Which in this world we call today being a cuckold. You know what I'm saying? And that's the spirit of Esau. He's a profane fornicator. He has sexual pleasures in children. You see a lot of these Edomites being pedophiles. All right. And you know, and he's going back to who was that? Job? How Job said he wouldn't let an Edomite come near his dog.
Yeah.
You know? Because what would Esau do? And
He's gonna rape the dog.
Yeah, a lot of these damn bestialities come from it usually will be from an Edomite, you know? Esau being sexually attracted to trees. Like, well, how are you sexually attracted to a tree? Alright?
How are you sexually attracted to an animal? You know? Crazy, man.
That's the mind state of these devils, you know? So this man literally got his wife a present or whatever for their marriage, and it was for her to have sex with another man, a porn star.
Crazy.
And shoot a film with her. And she even said how in between sets, how they would cut and he'll get a towel and wipe all the spit off her face and say, babe, you're doing a good job, babe, you know? And this is the man that's ruling over the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel, you know?
I don't know about you, I think I need to read that over again.
Yeah, get that. Get that.
Hebrews 12 and 16. Lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau, who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright.
So, you know, we already went over how they are profane and fornicators. But for one morsel of meat, he sold his birthright. You know? So this man despised his birthright. He didn't even give a damn about, you know, all this. And he sold it for some meat that was undercooked. You know? As you will read in Genesis, you know? And he sold it to Jacob. So he did that, and then Jacob took his blessing. You know? So, when you get in that chapter, you'll get into how Isaac gave Esau an alternative blessing, which was a temporary blessing of what Jacob would get. So Jacob is getting everything, and Esau is only getting temporary, which is what we're in now. His kingdom, his rulership, his empire. This is Esau's blessing. And he got it by way of the sword, you know. Like I say in Genesis, I get that Genesis 27 and 40. And by thy sword thou shalt live.
Genesis 27:40.
Yeah, verse 40. By thy sword thou shalt live. You got it?
Yeah. Okay. Genesis 27 and 40. And by thy sword shalt thou live, and shalt serve thy brother.
Right there. Alright? So, and by thy sword thou shalt live. So, you know, this devil, this man conquered these 12 tribes by way of the sword, which is what? His guns.
His guns, weaponry.
Weaponry. You know? Now these devils got nuclear missiles.
Mm-hmm.
And guess what? The Lord's gonna destroy their ass with what they created.
Mm-hmm.
Which the Lord really put the spirit on this man to create it. And the Lord is gonna destroy his own empire with the sword. You know? Which those nuclear missiles are the Lord's army. Alright, go ahead.
Okay. I'll read it again. Genesis 27 and 40. And by thy sword shalt thou live, and shalt serve thy brother, and it shall come to pass when thou shalt have the dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck.
Alright. So, right now, you know, we are in captivity. This devil threw us in captivity, but soon we're gonna put their ass in captivity.
Mm-hmm.
You know? And that's that righteousness, you know? What was it? Like that old saying, Jake say, what goes around comes around.
Mm-hmm.
Alright? Get 39.
Okay. Verse 39. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, Behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth.
So, you know, Esau, Edom is the only nation ever to have the whole entire earth in rulership. Because these other kingdoms, you know, it was just portions of the land. But this is how you know that this man is ruling today, because he's the only nation to ever have the fatness of the earth.
Yeah, I mean, what other country has their weapons in other countries? Their weaponry in other countries. You know, you don't have none of the other nations, or I just say the other NATO nations. They don't have their weapons over here in the United States. You know, so you know that's another clue right there that Esau has dominion over this earth. Because, like I say again, you know, what country other than the United States has weapons in other countries? You know?
Exactly. You got Esau hand in the movie industry, the music industry, entertainment business.
Yeah.
You know, Esau all up under the ground,
Yeah.
pulling out stones and
Yeah, you politics. You got your ambassadors for all the different countries. You know, so Esau's got his fingers in a lot of pies.
exactly. You know, you got something?
Yeah, just thought about it. Something me and you always talk about all the time. But go ahead, go and say what you
Yeah,
want to
man.
say.
It's pretty obvious who's ruling this earth. You know, you can't get through any type of success or money. I'm talking about like up there in the millions without selling out to Esau Edom. You know?
Pass that by.
Who's our bosses in the when we go to work? Esau. Who's sitting in the damn cool office besides Eve, funky ass? Who's sitting in the cool AC while the workers on the floor? Esau. Who's threatening to fire your ass? Esau.
Yeah. You're right about that one.
You got it.
Yeah, this is the book of Job 9:24. The earth. Job 9:24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he?
If not, where and who the hell is this man? All right. You know? And that's simple. When you got bug out saying Esau is the Arab. You know?
You got groups like GOCC saying that all can be saved. You know, how can Esau be saved with all the profane things that he's done? Job 9:24 tells you that, you know, he's the wicked. And then on top of that, you got Hebrews 12:16 to back that up.
And you get where it says he's the border of wickedness.
Oh, where is that at?
I got it.
I got it. Okay.
But yeah, you know, border of wickedness. This is Malachi 1:4. Whereas Edom says we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. You know, this man that had 3 different rulerships. You have the Greek and the Roman Empire, and now it's the second leg of the Roman Empire. You know? So this man has went down, but he said we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus says the Lord of hosts, which is Yahweh, they shall build, but I will throw down. And they shall call them the border of wickedness. And the people against whom the Lord has indignation with forever. So Yahweh hates this damn nation. You know? So these people are the border of wickedness. And it even tells you 1 hour. The Lord is going to destroy this place. Which is Revelation 18:10. Standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, Alas, alas, that great city, Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come. So you got to think about how long it took us, the children of Israel, to build America up. For it to get torn down in 1 hour. By what?
Nuclear missiles. Thermonuclear missiles.
ICBM. You know? For in 1 hour, the Lord is going to melt this place completely. You know? And you can get that Hebrews 12 again. No. Genesis, what was it? 27?
27 and 40.
There's some more meat in that scripture.
start at?
Get that 39 again.
Okay.
And we're going to close out in 41.
Okay.
Yeah, 39.
Verse 39. Genesis 27, verse 39. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, Behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth,
That's rulership over the whole earth.
and of the dew of heaven from above. And by thy sword shalt thou live, and shalt serve thy brother. And it shall come to pass, when thou shalt have the dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck.
Alright? And that's how they conquer the tribe, by way of the sword, the gun. You know? Give verse 40.
Verse 40. And by thy sword that...
I mean...
You want to go to 41? I can read 40 again.
42.
I mean, it's still good. Oh, 40. Okay. I was going to say I hadn't read 41. Do you want me to skip 41? Or you want to read 41?
You read.
I just got through reading 40. I was going to start at verse 41.
And Esau hated Jacob.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm going. And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then will I slay my brother Jacob.
So, these devils have it in their heart to hate these tribes. So he said in his heart how he's going to slay his brother, Jacob. You know? And get Ezekiel 35 and 5.
Ezekiel 35 and 5.
You got it?
Yeah.
Go.
It's the book of Ezekiel 35 and 5. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end.
All right.
Yeah, so Esau basically had a perpetual hatred towards Jacob.
And that word perpetual means never ending.
Never ending.
All the way back into Genesis. Which is why these people, the so-called white man, is our enemy. And they never will love us. And it says, and has shed the blood of the children. And has shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword. That's how this man got rulership over America. You know? He stole it from Gad and Reuben. Rape, rob, murder. Made a holiday out of it. Thanksgiving. In the time of their calamity. In the time that their iniquity had an end. You know? Verse 6. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord Yahweh, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. If thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. I will make Mount Seir most desolate, and cut off from it him that passeth out, and him that returneth. And what is Mount Seir? That's where he... Go ahead.
Oh, that's where Esau resides. That's where he's from. Mount Seir.
Also known as the Caucasus Mountains.
Oh, okay.
Which is why this is how you know that this man is Esau Edom, not the damn Arab. You know, Esau comes from the caves of Mount Seir, also known as Caucasus Mountains. Caucasian.
And then if you think about it, what are we surrounded by? Concrete, asphalt,
Glass.
tall buildings.
Exactly.
You know, those tall buildings represent mountains.
Exactly. You know? It say in Obadiah, whose habitations is high. It says how Esau come out the clefts of the rock.
Yeah.
Mount
So,
Seir.
right.
Get that through thy precepts, like your understanding.
Okay, I got you.
This is hold it, I'll get this.
Go
first.
ahead.
Isaiah 28:10. For a precept must be upon precept, precept upon precept, line upon line, line upon line. Here a little and there a little. You know? And that's how you get understanding of this Bible. Not reading it from the front and the back like a Dr. Seuss book. Hat in the hat. You know? And that's why these Christians, they don't know the Bible. You know? First and foremost, they wasn't given understanding. You got it?
Yes, sir. This is Psalms 119, 104. Through thy precepts I get understanding. Therefore I hate every false way.
Through thy precept I get understanding. You get understanding of this book by the precepts. This book is a jigsaw puzzle. Literally. You know, you'll have something in Genesis that links to something in Revelation. Something in Revelation links to something in Genesis. You know? Something in Isaiah can link up with something in
Jeremiah.
Exactly.
You know.
So, if you understand the book, and you understand precept upon precept, it's like me and this brother here linked up. This is how you know who Esau is. He got rulership of the earth. No other nation was blessed with rulership of the entire earth. What man, what nation of people literally is ruling the earth today? So-called white people, starting with their elite.
I'll say this. This is something that the elder apostles always say all the time. If you can't get this, then it means the Lord's just not working with you. You know, you may have to fast. You know, you may have to pray. You definitely have to pray and fast. And just hope that the Lord could bless you to get that understanding. But if you don't get that understanding, that means the Lord's not working with you. It's just that simple.
Exactly. You know? And all of this, you know, links up. Going to Ezekiel. Thus will I make Mount Seir most desolate. We went into how Mount Seir is where Esau dwelt. Also known as the Caucasus Mountain, which is the cave. Which is why they call it Caucasian. And then you got the cartoons, the Flintstones. You know?
You don't see Jake on there.
Hell no. Bound.
Yeah. Pebbles. But you know what? The funny part about it, I know some Jakes with those names, Bam and Pebbles.
Wow.
So.
And the closest thing we'll come to the Flintstones is the box of cereal.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, seriously, yeah.
Alright. So, thus I will make Mount Seir most desolate and cut off from him that passeth out and him that returneth. And that's the Lord making these people desolate. He's going to make their land desolate, and he's going to make Esau desolate. As it's saying Obadiah. Precept right there. Alright? Get that precept in Obadiah. Where it says Esau will be cut off. Verse 8, and I will fill his mountains with his slain men, In thy hills, and in thy valleys, and in all thy rivers shall they fall that are slain with the sword. I will make thee perpetual desolation, and thy city shall not return. And ye shall know that I am the Lord. And that links up with what? Malachi. What we just read. You know, the Lord said he's going to throw down. You know, that's a precept. All right.
Obadiah, what you want to give, 1 and 10?
Yeah.
Okay. Obadiah 1 and 10. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever.
And thou shalt be cut off forever. So the Lord is going to make Esau desolate and, you know, extinct. But with that, we're going to close out. Giving all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh by Shem, Yahushai by Shem, Pakwadash. I'm the brother Taziar Gabor from Prophets in Babylon, Waco, Texas. Under the branch of the Prophets in Babylon, Tampa Bay, Florida camp. Double honors to the elders and apostles of the Great Millstone. And peace and salutation on down to those elect. We're going to close out and say Shalom, Abba, Babal, soon.
Shalom.